And we're ready to conclude the Spartans homestand for the regular season at the Namoli Family Stadium. The penultimate series for Tampa comes to a close today. Playoff spots still on the line in the South region. Tampa will look to take this series and stay one step closer. Last night they narrowly lost a 1-0 matchup against the Tritons to bring us to a rubber match today. I'm Taylor Storthy. Welcome to the broadcast, joined once again by Xander Lopez. Xander, thanks for coming back here today, and should be an exciting final game of the regular season.
Should be very exciting one. Again, it's a rematch of the day Game 1 starters with Braylon Raymer and Gwen McGinnis. University of Tampa Spartans took away that game, so we're looking to have that one rematch and repeat again for the Tampa Spartans fans.
It's going to be a bittersweet farewell for Gwen McGinnis, even if Tampa is going to be playing postseason softball, which, good news, is looking relatively likely at this stage. This will likely be the final time you see Gwen McGinnis on the Spartan Circle here at the Namoli Family Stadium. You even see the number 19 spray painted using the dirt paint by the Tampa dugout. McGinnis has had a storied career with Tampa, and with road trips likely brewing for regional and super regional play, it could be a farewell, and McGinnis is looking to replicate her Friday afternoon shutout outing to close off the series against the Tritons. Leading off record, we've got Lex DeFato. First pitch fouled away, first pitch time 11:58 a.m. DeFato will be followed by Hannah Taylor, Ella Coiner, Faith Wharton, Abby Lucas, Maddie Bostak, Molly Scott, Mia Hernandez, and Grace Cicerello. So running back the same starting 9 for Game 2 with the Tritons as the count goes 2-0. It was a deadlock up until the 7th. A walk with 2 down by Wharton set the table for Abby Lucas to bring home the game-winning run. And the count will go 2-1 now. It was a great game in the circle out of Coda Travers, one of her best starts as a Spartan, but it ended up in the loss column due to an equally strong outing that was one step further by Raymer. Lined, and it's going to be picked up and blocked, but Ulrich can't come up with the ball. Leadoff single for DeFato. A tough ball to get to. Wasn't going to be a double. Ulrich did her best. One on, no one out for Hannah Taylor. They've been a bit quiet this weekend, but that top of the order for the Tritons still very dangerous, Sander.
Very dangerous. Hannah Taylor is coming in with a .433 average with 58 hits and 61 RBIs. So, again, very dangerous. 1 and 2 hitter, both hitting over 400 on the year.
And entering the weekend, the first 3 for the Tritons lineup also hitting over 400. Coiner's been a little bit quiet, has struggled a little bit with the glove this weekend, but still also a dangerous bat waiting in the on-deck circle. 1-1 count now to Taylor, the 0-0. The Tritons wearing teal today, the Spartans wearing black. Tampa recently changing the jerseys to these new look ones with a different font on the fronts. Runner goes, throw from Kreidler, and they got the tag in time. 1 down.
What a laser of a throw by Kreidler there. Got the runner way in time. That was a good tag as well.
Not only possessing the Iron Woman qualities of Lexi Chevalier, a great throw from Kenna Kreidler, matching the arm that Chevalier once had as a Spartan legend. And even though it's not technically senior day today, it is kind of that senior day series if you think about it for the Spartans, with the regular season homestand finale. But most of the team is young, so the only player we'd realistically have to honor is Gwen McGinnis, as that's fouled back to a full count. That's a benefit of having a young team. You don't have too many farewells. But of course, you do lack some of that experience, and it's why Tampa has been one step behind this year compared to their 2025 campaign that saw them go to the national championships for the first time in program history. Payoff pitch, McGinnis to Taylor. Coiner still awaits. Fouled will go again. The Tritons will have a regular season home finale next weekend. They take on the top team in the conference, and they might just be the top team in the nation, St. Leo. What a season from our sister school up here in Tampa. as that's grounded to short, but the throw is offline. Salisbury couldn't make the tag. A rare error out of Yetter. 1 on, 1 away. Coiner now with another base runner.
Coiner, as we already said, is coming today with a 4.14 average. She has 58 hits, 13 home runs, which leads the team for them with 53 RBI, second on the team.
That one's fouled away for strike 1.
Hannah Taylor, who is on first base, also has 8 stolen bases this year, so she might be looking to run here. Ella Coiner, who is in the hitter's box, has 18 of her own on that front.
Hit foul, and now make it 0-2.
I say Hannah Taylor's looking to steal, but with Kiana Kreidler behind the plate, I don't think anybody's looking to steal.
Definitely not, especially when DeFato, your best base stealer, got caught out earlier. Fouled away. Taylor ready to run. Popped up, right to Kreidler. And got it. 2 down.
That's a great play. Sticking with the ball that popped up in the air and to get there in time.
Not an easy stop to make, which will bring up Wharton with 2 down. Wharton delivered the walk that's brought home the winning run her previous at bat.
Warren comes into the game batting .234 with 29 hits and 31 RBIs on the year.
And that will miss for ball 1.
A lot of hits for this Tritons lineup.
Swing and a miss outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
That's a great pitch there, slow her back down.
Good idea, just mixing up the speeds, keeping you guessing. And that one's going to miss away, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Got her chasing, strike 3. Yesterday, it took her a while to get her first strikeout. McGinnis will get it to close out the first. 2 runners with 1 hit and 1 error. One of them evaporated by a great throw out by Kreidler, so 1 stranded at the end of the top of the first. Raymer ready to go when we come back. So it'll be Brandolyn Raymer making her 3rd appearance and 3rd start of the weekend. She lost the opening game, got rested after the 2nd inning with the Tritons down by 4. It proved to be useful. She came back and fired 7 innings of shutout softball to get the Tritons back in the win column. She's now 20-6 with a 1.67 ERA. Cam Feast leads off for the Spartans. Before we talk a little bit further about the prowess of Raymer, let's introduce your Tampa Spartans starting 9. First pitch to Tampa, it's a base hit for Cam Feast. After Feast, it'll bring up Jenna Newpaver, Joey Trawick, Kenna Kreidler, Kelsey Winters, Hannah Yetter, Carly Salisbury, Abby Johns, and Lennox Ulrich. Newpaver notably swapped to 2nd in the order today. But Tampa, apart from Winters moving to the DP over Brumble O'Neill, keeping the same starting 9, a couple of rotations. but they're going to need those changes, need those swaps to get things going against Raymer.
And just to talk on Cam Feast for a second, she came in this game batting .392 with 38 hits and 17 RBIs. She had 3 hits over the weekend with 2 walks, so she's had a great series versus the Tritons this past weekend.
Including against Raymer just at the start of yesterday, helped to get on board and set the table for a 3-run first inning. Now it's Jenna Newpaver, and you'd imagine they might try to square up here and get Feast to scoring position. Bunt goes foul, 0-1.
You almost called it to a T there.
Looking at Randall and Raymer's numbers, 176 innings with 231 strikeouts. Last year, she became the first Triton pitcher to strike out 200 batters in a season. She has replicated the feat and improved upon it this time around.
She has a mean fastball that she looks to for the strikeout on multiple occasions. The high cheese got a lot of Spartans yesterday on 10 strikeouts in that second game.
Squares up, bunted foul again, and that might force Newpaver to swing around with 2 strikes. Good offerings from Raymer that are hard to hit. There are a lot of elite pitchers in the Sunshine State Conference this season. McGinnis, Raymer, 2 of the players standing at the top of the table. That's chopped foul, still 0-2. McGinnis leads the conference with an 0.80 ERA. Raymer leads strikeouts with a 2.31. Raymer has the second best batting average against at 178, McGinnis at 183. The only player also kind of in that category of elite play. You take a look at someone like Haley Thomas and Tierney Hokard, the aces out of the St. Leo staff. Newpaver stays alive, fouling that one back.
Cam Feast was on the go there, looking to take second base and get in scoring position before that ball was fouled away.
Might as well send the runner. Feast was successful stealing yesterday. Mentioned the batting prowess of Feast. She's also getting on board at a 47+% rate this season. The only player on the Spartans that are in the top 10 for on-base percentage in the conference. Eckerd has both Hannah Taylor and Lex Stefato getting on board in the top 10 at those clips.
We saw Hannah Taylor already get a hit today. Let's see if Defato can get on base as well.
Fouled away, still 0-2. Newpaver not making it easy for Raymer. Tampa struck out against Raymer 10 times in the second game and 4 times in the first game, so 14 strikeouts over 9 innings. Of course, the only downside for that first game for Raymer was that Tampa chained a big first inning and even added to the scoreline in the bottom of the second. Outside of that, Raymer's been almost flawless. Staying alive.
When she's close to the zone, she's a very dominant pitcher, but she does get shaky at some points, missing high, missing low, and puts her catcher, Faith Warren, in tough position sometimes. She had multiple grounded balls, and that's how the Tampa Spartans took second base and third base even a couple times the other day.
On the ground, and that one hits off a Newpaver. I think they'll have to redo it as a foul ball. That's unlucky because now it's finally a ball in play and one that Newpaver could have ran out. She'll go again. That one's high, ball 1. And Newpaver continues the at-bat, taking her first pitch of the at-bat. And kind of crazy to think about, it's already been an 8+ pitch at-bat, and Newpaver's only now brought it to a 1-2 count.
See if she can work the count even more and get it in her favor.
That's going to be poked through the hole and gets past a diving Cicerello. They're going to play it safe with Cam Feast, still at second.
2 back-to-back hits there for the Spartans. They're looking very good. In the first game, they got to Raymer by having the bases loaded multiple times in the first and second. They played it 3 in the first and 1 in the second to make it 4. 3 of them were earned against Raymer, while the other one was scored on an error.
So a quick conference in the circle for Raymer. They can see what's going on. A couple of early game struggles back in the circle again. Not just Coach Michelle Frew, but also Steve Frew talking things over. And it's one conference for the entire team, not just for Raymer. Similarly, you have Coach Cantor and Rubio talking to the 4 Spartan players. Not just the player on deck, Kenneth Kreidler. We've also got Joey Trewick, and then the 2 base runners in the circle. And I think the MO, bunt the runners over if you're Joey Trewick.
Yes. Raymer does, after these talks, does come out and start throwing strikes. That's what she's done in both games, actually, is after whatever the coach says, it gets to her, and she starts putting the heat on. So let's see if that continues.
Now look at how deep Bostak is playing in. They are playing the sacrifice extremely aggressively. Trewick gets it down. Throw to third, not in time.
Wow, what a bunt. She had a bunt yesterday that was almost the same thing with both the third baseman and the first baseman crashing in, and she still gets it down in time. I mean, that was just picture-perfect bunting right there.
Great hustle by Feast to make it into third. Had an awkward slide favoring her hand. That is the exact place, that third base spot, where I tore up my leg sliding during intramural softball. So I can tell you that the dirt is very unforgiving on the skin. Hopefully Feast is all right. She looks good to continue, but might need maybe a bandage after that one. That's talking from personal experience. Good hustle from Feast. She's at third. Bases loaded for Kenna Kreidler. Strike one, and I know Kreidler would love nothing more than to help her battery mate, Gwen McGinnis, by putting Tampa on the board.
This is who you want up at the plate as well. This is their power hitter. She has 4 home runs on the year. None of them coming here, but still the power is there.
McGinnis has been able to hit it over the Tampa outfield wall before. She is the one player in this lineup I think that could do it realistically. Swing and a tip, it's 0-2. Big thing for the Spartans. The successful bunt loads the bases and puts them with the bases full and no outs, meaning that if Kelsey Winters is on deck, she's not going to have to worry about 2 outs and the bases loaded. She could take a ball to the outfield and bring home a run should Kreidler fail. Kreidler had 2 walks against Raymer in Game 1 of the series, but currently down in an 0-2 hole. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1, likely first of many today for Brandolyn Raymer. And that'll be an important first out to retire the most dangerous Spartans batter and bring up Kelsey Winters.
Kelsey Winters is batting .207 on the year with 6 hits and 4 RBIs. She does have 1 home run that came here last weekend, so maybe she can do it again.
Easier said than done against Raymer. That's hit up the middle. It's going to be picked up at short. They won't go for 2. A run comes home. A productive out for Kelsey Winters, and Tampa takes the lead. I do think they could have tried for the double play, but Taylor, playing it safe, goes for the second out. Yetter now a 2 in scoring position and 2 away, and an important first run for you, Tampa. Important insurance for Gwen McGinnis.
I do agree with you there. I thought even if they didn't go for the double play, they did have the runner at home. So I'm glad she didn't throw it, and Spartan scored 1.
Strike 1 to Yetter.
Yetter's batting .308 on the year. She's a sophomore. So, again, another young bat in this lineup that's doing very well and producing. She has 32 hits with 7 RBIs, looking to add 2 RBIs from that 7 to 9.
1-1. The infield not as shallow now with 2 away. They know the bunt is probably off the table for the Spartans. With 1 out, you would maybe put it past Tampa for a squeeze. That one hit to first. Good scoop by Bostak. Inning over. But crucially, Tampa converts. They bring home a run to take us into the top of the second. It's 1-0 Spartans. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left on. .84 degrees today, cloudy sky here at the University of Tampa. There is going to be inclement weather later this afternoon, which is why the doubleheader that was scheduled for today got canceled and got pushed to Friday. So, it's Game 3 of the series. Taylor Story, Xander Lopez bringing you the action. And it's Gwen McGinnis inheriting a 1-run lead here in what could be her home finale for the Spartans. Ball 1.
Abby Lucas, who's at the plate, is batting .282 with 22 hits and 9 RBIs. She also has 3 stolen bases on the year, so she can get it done at the plate.
High and inside, 2-0. The Battle of the Bay continues between Tritons out of St. Pete and the Spartans here out of Tampa. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Really great season for Triton Athletics. Their softball team among one of the top of the conference, trying to make it as an at-large team into conference or into regional tournament play. And naturally, for the Spartans, naturally always one of the best teams in the region as the count goes 3-1. But baseball for the Tritons is notably also had a great year. Tampa baseball cruising to the conference championship as the count goes full. But the Eckerd Tritons have been keeping it close alongside Rollins and look to be a lock for the national tournament. They will most likely be coming home to Tampa for regional play later in May. That one's flared to left, an easy catch for Abby Johns. Full count fly out, 1 down. So we continue. Strike 1.
Ooh, that's a good pitch there. Just floated in for the strike. Up to the bat is Maddie Bostic. She did have 3 hits against Gwen McGinnis in the first game. She comes in batting .328 today with 19 hits and 7 RBIs.
Bostak's been heating up this weekend. And she'll get in a 1-1 count. That one's going to miss, 2-1. Three and 1. Inside, and the count goes full for the second time in the inning.
McGinnis rarely walks batters with only 16 walks on the year, so look for a competitive pitch here.
And it's going to be strike 3. Bostak goes halfway to first, but will go down looking. Second strikeout for McGinnis. Here comes Molly Scott.
That was a great pitch there. Just floated it in. Kind of froze the batter. She didn't know it was coming.
Oh and 1.
Molly Scott comes in today batting .310 on the year with 13 hits and 3 RBIs.
Swing and a miss 0-2. Molly Scott, more suited for a stadium like the Namoli Family Stadium with her small ball style approach, getting on base usually with singles and walks. But in a pitcher's count against McGinnis, moving to 1-2. 2-2. Got her looking on the inside corner. Strike 3 for McGinnis. And after getting a lot of weak contact yesterday, it is 3 strikeouts in 2 innings to start today. Her stuff on full display on her second start of the weekend. Tampa leads 1-0 entering the bottom of the second. Raymer currently behind in the pitcher's duel. Both these teams have been on the receiving end of a shutout in the series. And if that trend continues, Tampa will have already secured victory. But obviously, still 5+ innings of softball to be played. And Raymer has to continue to stay strong against Tampa. First pitch, strike 1 to Carly Salisbury, batting 7th today.
Speaking of Carly Salisbury, she comes into the day batting .261 with 29 hits, 20 runs, and 16 RBIs.
Very productive year for Salisbury. Here's the 0-1. Bunt goes foul, 0-2. A nice day at Tampa, 84 degrees, cloudy. Definitely less humid than yesterday. Definitely we're feeling the heat as we got to the later afternoon. It's also why these earlier games, this one at noon start time, definitely a little bit easier out there on the field.
Clouds covering the sun today makes it feel not like 83 in Tampa.
That one's foul back. This is always the time of year that things start to heat up. Spring kind of coming to a close. My allergies have absolutely been putting me in a pile driver this year with the pollen. And I think they're not really slowing down anytime soon. But hopefully, as summer heats up, that will eventually calm down. 0-2 on the way. Salisbury in the hole. Flared to center. That is going to be caught on the run by DeFato, 1 away. Here comes Abby Johns.
Abby Johns, the sophomore, coming in batting .232 with 23 hits, 6 second base hits with 11 RBIs. Another sophomore, young gun here that has been producing for the Spartans.
Outside, ball 1. The results from yesterday with Tampa and Eckerd splitting games have done enough for St. Leo to be regular season conference champions. And with no postseason for softballs, the count goes 1-1. It likely will extend to the overall conference champs. Last year's conference champs were the Tampa Spartans, and they were able to go the distance in the postseason to make it all the way to the national title. Now the 1-1. 1-2.
Once you get in the party, though, anybody can dance. And that's what the Trions are trying to do. Same thing with the Spartans, just trying to make it in, see if they can go all the way.
St. Leo didn't need the automatic qualifying spot for the conference title, but I know they'll gladly take it as John stays alive on the 1-2 count. St. Leo's last conference title was back in 2017, so 9 years on, they're back at the top of the table. They are the 6th different conference champion since their last title. Palm Beach Atlantic, Florida Tech, Rollins, and Nova alongside the Spartans have been conference champs. This ends a 4-season streak of Tampa at the top of the conference. Flared up and caught in foul territory. 2 down, good catch by Bostic. High and inside, ball 1. Lennox Ulrich still getting the starts today for the Spartans.
Lennox Ulrich comes in the day batting 200. The freshman has nine runs on the year with 4 hits and 0 RBIs.
She's been pretty active as a defender and pinch runner for the Spartans. 32 games played. This is just her 4th start of the season. Actually, 5th start of the season. 1-1.
Lennox Ulrich does have a good glove, though, out in the field. So that's where she is most productive at. And just anything at the plate kind of boosts her up for the Spartans.
1 ball, 1 strike coming up. Swing and a miss. Tampa's doing a good job protecting once they reach 2 strikes. They have hit 2 strikes a few times, though.
Yeah, they've been down in the count early. I'd like them to start taking the first pitch instead of swinging away. Make Raymer pitch to them. Get some walks and just get some activity on the base paths.
1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and Raymer gets her with a changeup to end the inning. This time able to avoid any drama on the base path. As we end 2 innings played, Tampa still up 1-0. Top of the 3rd, we continue from the Namoli Family Stadium. Spartans up front, 1-0. High and outside, ball 1. Hernandez, Cicerello, DeFato do up.
Mira Hernandez, the batter, coming in today batting 197 on the year. She's played in 36 games, has 34 starts, has 15 hits, and 1 RBI.
That one outside, 2-1. You can tell McGinnis has been going for more strikeouts today, working around the zone a little bit more. Yesterday was pretty aggressive in the zone against the Tritons. Lined and caught Easy catch for Salisbury, 1 down.
McGinnis looks good today. Again, if this is like the first 2 games, the 0 will hold up and Tampa's 1 will be enough. Both other games have ended with 0 for one team and 4 and 1 for the other.
0-1 now to Cicerello.
Cicerello comes in batting .281 on the day, has 27 hits, 19 RBIs, and that's coming out of your 9 spot. That's pretty good.
Quickly 0-2. And out here would mean just 1 runner surrendered. Well, 1 productive runner surrendered as the count goes 1-2. On the first trip through the order, that being actually Hannah Taylor, because DeFato got on base but immediately got caught stealing. And here comes another runner. No! Catch made. Good hustle by Abby Johns, 2 down. That looked like it was going to be a line drive to the gap, but it stayed in the air too long. Good news for the Spartans.
Yeah, that ball just floated, and there was no sign of coming down until Abby Johns got there.
That'll bring up Lex DeFato, 2 away. Tried to add to her 30-plus stolen base tally on the season, but was caught out on a good throw by Kenna Kreidler, 1-0.
It was a laser of a throw and a great tag. Both throw and tag got her out, and it was just awesome to see.
2-0 now. Two and 1. It's this time of year for tournaments across the NCAA. Always the most exciting time of the season for conference and national championship play. But before we get to tournament play, there is still another week of baseball and softball to go as the count goes 2-2. Tampa baseball will be back for a homestand to close out the regular season against Barry, starting on Thursday and Friday. Staying alive with 2 strikes and 2 outs is DeFato. It won't be every road leading through Tampa this year. Men's lacrosse and baseball should see the Spartans hosting regional play again. That one's chopped to short. Getter's there. 1-2-3 inning for Grace McGinnis. DeFato multiple times has been hoping to get called safe on similar plays, but she can't fight City Hall. She'll be back to the dugout. A quick inning from McGinnis, 3 up, 3 down. And we're back. We are continuing the bottom of the third. The Spartans lead 1-0. We definitely expect this to continue being a pitcher's duel. Gwen McGinnis and Brandolyn Raymer, 2 of the top pitchers in the conference. It will be interesting to see who ends up being Conference Pitcher of the Year, whether it's one of the 2 aces off the Lions pitching staff, or if it's Gwen McGinnis, or if it's Brandolyn Raymer.
Cam Fisher already has 1 hit today and has been the kryptonite for Raymer in this 3-game series.
She'll take low and outside, ball 1. It's Wharton forming the battery once again with Raymer as we continue. Feast now tied for the Tampa lead with 39 hits on the season, alongside Jenna Newpaver. Kenna Kreidler not far behind with 37. Tampa out hitting their opponents this year, 299 to 220 entering today. 1-1. Be very interesting to see what the Spartans look like next year. Fresh faces, maybe a couple transfers. This year, a retooling year for the Spartans. Still strong enough to make the NCAA playoffs as long as they don't collapse down the stretch. And Tampa's looking good today and should stay good against Barry. But obviously, I know a lot of people also looking positively as these young players continue to develop and grow. 2-1. Feast, one of the older players on the team, but a new player with the Spartans. Definitely having that leadership role, which will definitely come in useful next year as well. Feast coming out of Florida Gulf Coast before coming to the Spartans via the portal. That's down the line and foul just by a foot. That would have been a very nice base hit, though, for Feast. She'll try again.
Cam Feast is seeing the ball as big as a beach ball right now.
Two. Swing and a miss. Gets her with the high change. Third strikeout of the game for Raymer. One down.
That's a great pitch, especially coming off of that high heat, high change. She was looking for that high heat again and drive it back out to the left side.
First pitch now to New Paver. Ball 1.
That was Raymer's 36th pitch of the game, but as we saw yesterday, pitch count doesn't really matter for her. She had over 160 pitches yesterday combined between both games.
Especially if you think about this game being important for regional rankings, you have to treat it like a playoff game. That's going to fall foul. Would have been an easy double for New Paver, but she'll stay in the battle. 1-1 count.
Mia Hernandez almost showed her range there, getting to that ball in foul territory with the dive, but going the Spartans' way, it just died right in front of her.
That's going to be flared to right, but right in range, caught by Lucas. 2 down. That'll bring up Joey Trawick for the second time. That's going to be hit up the middle. First pitch. Takes a weird hop from Taylor's glove. Cicerello there to field it, but not enough time to get the out.
We have seen that from the Tritons this 3-game set. The defense being a little shaky at times, and again, another error on the board for the third time in 3 games.
We've seen them fail on fielder's choice plays, trying to get runners out on sacrifices before. One time, a similar play with the bases loaded back in yesterday's game. On the opener, with Raymer surrendering her third run on a similar play. 2 outs, 1 strike. That one popped foul. And earlier today, we even saw an interesting fielder's choice.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Not just to load the bases, but then from Taylor to forego a double player out at home to take an out at first. And again, it worked out for the Tritons. They then got out of the jam, but it is the lone run-scoring play of the game. We'll see if Trawick's in motion. 0-1 to Kreidler. They say that one hit the zone. 0-2.
Kreidler already has 1 strikeout on the day, so she might be looking to protect here and trying to work this count back in her favor. Get it to a full count and try to work out a walk. That'll be her 29th walk of the year if she can.
0-2. 1-2.
The high heat is what got her last time. Let's see if Raymer goes back to it or tries to get a nice change somewhere in the zone.
One ball, 2 strikes. That one falling low. Good take on the changeup there by Kreidler. 2-2. Checking the wrist. Here's Raymer again. Runner goes as the ball is dropped. Throw goes wild to center field. Trawick stays put.
We saw that as well. Some balls in the dirt that Faith Wharton just couldn't pick up in time and throw the runner out.
That one will be a wild pitch. Trawick wasn't running on the play. Although it is scored as a steal, I think it should be the latter. Unlucky because it would be a steal to add to the tally for Trawick this season. Now a hit for Kreidler would be even scarier. Payoff pitch on the way from Raymer. 3-2 with 2 down. Hit to third. Picked up. Throws on line. Inning over. Good job by Raymer in a full count against the strongest Spartan bat to get out of the jam. One error puts one runner aboard. Inning over for Tampa. They lead 1-0. So here we go. The Spartans looking to hold on to the advantage. They've held the Tritons to just one hit and another runner via error. It'll be Taylor, Coiner, and Wharton due up. Gwen McGinnis continuing her farewell on the Spartans circle. Of course, still plenty of action to be played. Another series next weekend against Barry. Those will be important games for McGinnis and Tampa, with a look ahead to the postseason and regional play.
McGinnis is looking good here. She has 50 pitches on the day, but again, that number probably will be over 100, and she will go the distance. But 3 Ks, looking for her 4th.
Won't get it yet. That one's in range for Feast.
Oh,
Dives
wow.
and makes the catch. A little slow to get to that one, but comes up with the ball on a great play. 1 down.
That was a great Superman dive.
Maybe Supergirl would be the more accurate version. By the way, that movie is coming out this summer. Should be exciting. I was a big fan of Superman when it was in theaters last year.
It was a good movie.
As that'll be strike 1 to Coiner. James Gunn's superhero movies usually do pretty good, or do pretty well, not just in the box office, but pretty fun in general. That one's hit now to third. Good scoop by Newpaver, 2 away. Kind of interesting how James Gunn's usually able to take superheroes that are kind of underrated and turn them into household names. I know he was able to do that with Mr. Terrific with Superman's film last year. Almost like a college coach taking a underdog recruit, bringing them to the top, just like the coaches here at Eckerd and Tampa can do.
They also both teams scout out of Florida a lot, so homegrown talent, and that's just filled both of their rosters.
1-0 now to Wharton. A high fastball for the catcher. Similar to Kreidler, Wharton would love to help her battery mate. Unsuccessful in her first try as she struck out. It'll be 2-0 now to Wharton. Strike one. McGinnis up to 123 strikeouts on the season, continuing to extend her legendary career. Obviously, the all-time record is way out of reach, but the rest of the season's still to go. There is a chance for McGinnis to continue to hunt down some of the leaders. 3-1 to Wharton. On deck, Abby Lucas. Lined, and going to land foul, but will go full. Looked like it was going to be a dangerous infield pull, but just went foul. And that will be ball four. Wharton works to walk on a payoff pitch to get a base runner.
She's going to have to walk that one off. That one kind of hit her in a weird spot.
So here we go with a base runner and a change being made. There's someone coming off the bench, it looks like, Xander.
It's going to be number 11, Abby Lucas.
Actually, it's a pinch runner. I got to correct myself. I apologize. Fed just some wrong information. It's the number 4 coming into the game, that being Sophia Eckerd, the same pinch runner that scored the lone run for the Tritons yesterday in their win. Warren will be back in the game in the next inning, but they're hoping with 2 outs, just like yesterday, the walk can bring a runner home. Strike one. Key thing for McGinnis, don't have a wild pitch.
So Sophia Eckerd does have 2 stolen bases on the year, so she may be looking to get one.
Count will go 2-0. First pitch was not actually called as a strike. Actually, it was called as a strike. The scoreboard, I think, is incorrect out in center field. So I believe it might be 1-2 now. Not a bad count for Abby Lucas. Swing and a miss on the high heat, inning over. This time with a 2-out walk, McGinnis is able to escape. 1 stranded for her 4th strikeout. 4 innings, no runs for the Tritons. They'll try to get back on the board in the top of the 5th, but for now, Tampa continues 5-6-7 in the bottom of the 4th. So here we go, bottom of the 4th. Kelsey Winters ready to continue. 2-way player at the plate. Sometimes frequently in the circle, but also at the plate, similar to Spartan legend Mariah Galehouse. Wonder if Galehouse is tuning into her old team. 0-1 on the way now to Kelsey Winters. Rolled to short. Will be a close play. Winters out by a few steps. Taylor Sorley, Xander Lopez bringing you the action for Tampa's regular season finale at the Namole Family Stadium. Final softball game of 2026 here at home. And given that it's unlikely we'll jump 6 teams in regional rankings, we'll likely be on a road trip on our road to the national championships. Assuming Tampa is able to make the playoffs, which does look like a very strong possibility at the moment, especially if Tampa can close out the series strong. Ball 1.
Hannah Yetter's 0 for 1 on the day. Looking to just get on base and maybe cause some chaos when she gets on.
In the dirt, 2-0. High and outside, 3-0.
Raymer does have 58 walks on the season, so she walks a lot of people.
Not always the worst thing in the world to walk people if you're getting strikeouts at the rate that she does. Typically won about a 3-to-1 K to walk ratio as a starter, and she's about 6-to-1, as that will be 3-1. And when you're not only with a 6-1 strikeout ratio, when you're doing that, striking 10 plus per inning in the K to 7, that's pretty good. Three one on the way. And that's going to hit the inside corner, 3-2. Fouled away, 3-2.
So she went to the fastball there. Let's see if she tries to stick with it again or go with that changeup that's been striking out just as many Spartans batters as that fastball has.
Payoff pitch. Once again, Raymer to Yetter. Fouled, still 3-2.
It's a good battle here.
Did she go? No, she didn't. Ball 4. And she'll be safe at first with a walk.
That was a good hold. She wanted it, but held it back just enough to get the walk.
No chance to check the call at first either, so she'll be safe. One on, one away for Carly Salisbury. Great bunt for Salisbury. Thought about the out at second, but instead takes the out at first. Successful sacrifice with one away. A risky move. We'll see if Abby Johns can convert. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th.
Spartans are putting on a bunting clinic. I mean, even with the third baseman and first baseman crashing, they still get it down in the perfect position to advance the runner or even beat it out themselves.
Corners playing pretty shallow, expecting the ball slapped pretty weakly. Ball 1 Johns. Johns had a pop out to first base in foul territory a previous at bat. 1-0. One and one. Breaking ball hitting the zone.
That ball just floated in there for a strike.
Very windy. You can see the balloons that are tied right by our window blowing in front of the camera sometimes. And they're blowing a pretty far way to the left. I was like, maybe do we need to move them out of play? But no, they're far on the side. They're just kind of blowing over a little bit. Swing and a miss, chasing the high heat, 1-2. Only 3 strikeouts so far for Raymer. Only is the key word given her strikeout prowess this year. The 1-2. Fouled, staying alive.
Abby Johns is looking to extend the lead to 2 here with a base knock. But with McGinnis pitching, I mean, 1 might just be enough to sneak out this win versus the Tritons.
Gets set and fires the 1-2. Got her on the corner, strike 3. Great spot, just clipping inside, inning over. Tampa works the walk, gets the runner in scoring position, but it's always a risk with a 1-out bunt. This time doesn't pay off. 4 played, 1-0 Tampa. We mentioned earlier today that Cam Feast was the kryptonite for Raymer. Well, Bostak has been the kryptonite for McGinnis. Did go down looking in her first try today, but got multiple hits against McGinnis yesterday. High, 1-1. That fastball just slipping out of the hand.
A lot of Supergirl references today. I think we're getting paid to promote the movie here.
High and inside, 1-1. 1-2. Two and two. Quick offering from McGinnis. And now she's ready to go again. That one's fouled back, still 2-2.
McGinnis has got her payback today with 1 strikeout, looking to make it 2 against Bostic in this 3rd game.
That's lined and caught at short. A clean drive, 1 down. Good play by Eckerd to make the catch.
Molly Scott is 0 for 1 on the day with 1 strikeout.
And that will miss down low, ball 1.
That was McGinnis' 72nd pitch of the day so far.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. She's still in line for a Maddox, at least a softball Maddox. Under 100 pitches for a complete game. Naturally, a bit easier to do in softball and baseball, as that misses 2-1, just a bit outside. That one's fouled, 2-2.
Guinness is looking for her 5th strikeout here. Let's see if she can get it.
That's hit to third. Past Newpaver, past Yetter. Second hit for the Tritons with a 2-2 count. And it's going to be Scott converting with one away. Tying run on the base path for Eckerd. And that'll bring up Mia Hernandez. That one's going to be strike one. Hernandez lined out in a previous at-bat. That's going to miss down low, 1-1.
Hernandez came in the day batting 197. I think McGinnis, if she just peppers a zone here, gives up some weak contact, will get maybe even the double play here.
Great bunt. Kreidler goes for the easy out. Tough catch, and they say she got pulled off the bag. Tampa player is not happy about it. It looked like Carly Salisbury stayed on. The ump did not have a great view about it, as Coach Cantor is immediately out of the dugout to talk about it. And they are going to talk about it. I don't know if they can overturn the call. It was a pretty flexible catch by Salisbury. From our point of view, looked like she was on the bag, and Cantor still not too happy about it. Trying to appeal with Luis Casillas. It'll be 2 on and 1 away for Grace Cicerello.
No replay review to help out the Spartans here, but a tough call. Could go either way. She's trying her hardest to argue with City Hall here.
Cicerello, tough decision. Do you bunt the runners over and then gamble it all in Defato? Or do you have her swing away with a double play ball in mind? Tampa's not going to do anything crazy with the defense. You know, the corners aren't going to be playing super far in. Big moment for the Tritons. Their best chance to potentially score against McGinnis this weekend. One of the first times they've had 2 runners against her in a single inning.
Defato is one of their better hitters, so they may do that. She also has 1 hit on the day already.
So here we go. Swing and a miss, strike one.
They are not looking to bunt. They're looking to swing away. That was that swing. She wanted to put it over the fence.
High and in, 1-1. 2 on, 1 out. Big spot for the Tritons. Fouled, 1-2. That first fastball for McGinnis, maybe she, like Cantor, wasn't super happy with the previous call. Had a little extra zip to it.
It did. That ball came in quickly.
Popped up. New paver, out of reach, crashing into the dugout. 1-2.
She went back to that fastball on that pitch, trying to get the strikeout. Let's see if she does it again or goes with an off-speed pitch.
4 on the day for McGinnis. Popped up. Yeah, that's an easy catch in center for Trawick. Runner stays put.
That was a good pitch and good track down by Treywick to make the out. Ball was too shallow for anybody to tag up and try to advance. Base hit still does score the runner, so we got to be careful on that. But McGinnis is looking good to get out of the jam she put herself in.
First pitch now to DeFato. Singled earlier, strike one. A hit here could bring home the tying run. There aren't a lot of chances for Eckerd remaining. 7 outs, including this at-bat potentially. 0-2. McGinnis quickly ahead. On the ground and foul. Still 0-2. That's hit to third, and Newpaver gets the force. A brilliant escape for Gwen McGinnis. What else do you expect out of Gwen McGinnis than to coolly get out of a jam? 1-0 Tampa leads entering the bottom of the fifth. Brand new inning for Brandolyn Raymer. Welcome back to the SSE Digital Network. Final game of the weekend series, and it's going to be Lennox Ulrich on board with a leadoff single.
Last time the leadoff man got aboard for the Tampa Spartans, they scored 1 run. See if they can replicate that in the bottom of the fifth here.
This is the first hit since the first inning for you, Tampa. They had gone on board via an error and walk previously from innings 2 to 4. But only 2 base runners. And now Cam Feast at the top of the order.
This is who you want at the plate to try to score this runner. She can find a gap, and Ulrich can run.
Squares up. Bunt gets down. Right to Raymer. Her throw gets away. Her throw is dropped at first. And they're going to hold up Ulrich at third with Feast in scoring possession. An error out of Raymer, dropped by Bostak. And now Tampa looking really dangerous to kick off the bottom of the fifth.
It's a good thing about softball and baseball. Anything in play can be either a hit or just get you on base. That was a great drop bunt to advance the runner, but the errant throw puts a runner on third and second, both in scoring position for Jenna Newpaver.
This is a spot where I wouldn't count it against Tampa to maybe try a squeeze. And the ball gets away. Lennox Ulrichs come home to score. And maybe Raymer's still a little rattled off the throwing error. Her first, or actually second wild pitch of the day brings home Ulrich. It's 2-0 Tampa.
Yeah, that ball was just high and had no chance of being caught. That was good heads-up play by the coach and runner on third base to score that run in.
Her pitch count is over 60. Raymer has thrown over 220 for the weekend series. Underlying fatigue from a long season of pitching could also be at play, but you can't pull her now. You have to lean on your ace. The 1-0 missing inside, 2-0. Tampa bringing the heart of the order around to the plate as well. And they already have a runner 60 feet away.
New Paper already has a hit on the day as well. See if she can do it again and score in Cam Feast from third.
Foul, make it 2-1. That one's going to get lined and caught at second. Clean drive, but a better catch. And Feast stays put. One down for Joey Trawick.
Trojans are playing in there. If they were playing at normal position, that ball may have dropped in front of the second baseman, and Cam Feast would have scored. But already having no outs, them playing in, made that play a little bit more possible there.
High and outside, 1-0 from Raymer.
Trojans defense is still playing in. Maybe they're expecting a suicide squeeze here.
At least the first base player, always super aggressive, crashing forwards. That's Maddie Bostak. Swing and a miss at the change, 1-1. That's line to left. Could have been a sac fly if it stayed fair. It'll go 1-2.
Any ball popped up in the outfield, I think they might send Cam Feast, who's fast enough to score, on a tag.
And now the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Chasing outside. A big strikeout for Raymer. 2 down. Her 5th of the game. And she has recovered really well in this position.
She has, from a man on second and third with zero outs, only allowing one, if she can get out of this jam.
Hits a third. The throw's on target, and Feast won't have a chance to make it home. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 run for the Spartans with 1 left on board. They gain very valuable insurance this time around, but after a shaky start, Raymer recovers to take us to the top of the 6th. So we continue. Top of the 6th, Gwen McGinnis in the circle. She has 1 more trip through the heart of the order and 6 outs to acquire for a second complete game shutout of the weekend. Gwen McGinnis, a career whip of .085. That is the 4th best in Spartans history. Deanna Henriette, Julia Morrow lead the way with 082 career whips. To be qualified for that leaderboard, you need 100 innings pitched for the Spartans and 1 innings pitched per team games played. On the outside corner, 0-1.
That second run that the Spartans scored in the bottom of the fifth makes this game even more out of reach, I believe, because McGinnis has looked very sharp here on the mound.
But obviously, even a great day in the circle won't last forever. There is a chance for the Tritons to get things going. But this will be the group of players they're going to need it out of, the heart of the order. 1-1 on the way, as that misses low. Slow change down in the dirt, 2-1.
Kenna Taylor's 0 for 2 today, but still has the potential to crack this game open.
Popped up and caught by Cam Feast. 1 down.
Ella Coiner, who has been quiet all series long, looking here to get on base and to start something for the Tritons.
Fouled back, 0-1.
That was McGinnis' 93rd pitch.
Number 94 is right to second. Ulrich makes the catch, 2 away.
2 dangerous hitters for the Tritons, gone in under 6 pitches. It's good by McGinnis. Just trying to keep that up.
Warden back at the plate. She had originally been replaced on the base path by Kevitt, but they made the swap again in the next frame. You can exit and re-enter the game in softball, so you'll sometimes see those pinch hitting and pinch running changes get reverted. 2-0 now. Two and one. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
It's a great pitch.
Battling back to an even count. Outside, 3-2. Just 1 walk today for Gwen McGinnis.
Yeah, this is going to be a competitive pitch here.
Popped up and foul. Off the net, we'll go again.
Banana ball rules, she would have been out.
That's true. Harder for most fans to get those foul balls. Speaking of banana ball, C.J. Williams, J.D. Urso on the Long Beach Coconuts, Spartan Legends. And there is out number 3, Gwen McGinnis. 6 frames, a shutout softball. It's 13 for her in this farewell weekend. And now needs 3 more outs to close the door. But for now, Tampa will get 1 more chance against Raymer in the bottom of the 6th. So here we go in the bottom of the 6th. Due up for the Spartans be Kelsey Winters, Hannah Yetter, and Carly Salisbury. I'm Taylor Storthy, once again joined by Xander Lopez.
It's been a fun series between the Tritons and the Spartans these past couple of days.
That's going to be lined and
Oh,
caught.
wow.
What a grab at third by Coiner. That was a great try from Winters. A clean hit, but she'll likely end the day hitless. Keep in mind, she does have that RBI from the first inning.
That ball was ripped. Just a better defensive play there by the third baseman.
Hannah Yetter worked the walk last time. 1 out, bases empty. This time it's been Raymer being more efficient in the circle. 72 pitches to 54 strikes. And strike number 56 is going to get picked up in right. Throw to second, not in time. A double for Hannah Yetter.
It's a good game for Hannah Yetter. 1 for 2 with the walk today. That hit gets her in scoring position here for number 22.
And that'll bring Brumble O'Neill off the bench. She's in the game for Salisbury here with 1 out. And that will see a conference in the circle. Frew checking on Raymer. There won't be a call to the bullpen, although there are some players swarming. I don't think it would be a good idea to pull Raymer at this stage. Tampa's been aggressive trying to get to her, so maybe the instructions would be the opposite. Don't throw strikes, but work around to try to work around the Spartans, counter their aggressiveness at the plate.
Makai Brumble O'Neill, she's going to be a freshman out of Oklahoma. She's batting .284 with 23 hits and 17 RBIs on the air. Trying to score that runner for another insurance run for their starting pitcher, Gwen McGinnis.
One out, runner in scoring position. Corners playing in, first pitch, and that's hit down the line and foul for Brumble O'Neill. Bit of a quiet weekend for her. That's why she got moved to the bench for this game, but gets the call in a high leverage spot. Chance to extend the lead even further.
Yeah, base hit here, puts a crooked number up on the board, makes it 3-0, and looking very well with Gwen McGinnis pitching the way she's pitching on the mound.
Ball gets away, another wild pitch, and that is going to put the runner in scoring position. Don't know if we had mentioned it yet, but there is a change. Zekman's on the base path.
Oh.
Tipped foul, make it 1-2.
Aubrey Zexman, she's a freshman out of Wesley Chapel, Florida. She went to Wiregrass Ranch High School, so another local product for the Spartans getting plugged in to the game today.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that is strikeout number 6 for Raymer, a clutch strikeout. Although the runner is still at third, here comes Olivia Fellman off the bench for Abby Johns. Fellman looking for the clutch hit to extend the Tampa lead. First pitch to Fellman. A bit of space down the middle if she could poke it through. Fellman limited appearances, but usually good off the bench as the count goes 0-1.
Olivia Feldman's going to be a junior out of Lithia, Florida, Newsom High School. She has 7 hits on the year, looking to get her 8th one in a very crucial position here for the Spartans.
So here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. After that double and after that wild pitch, Raymer able to lock in.
We saw this happen in the 5th inning as well. After she had 2 runners in scoring position and gave up 1, she came in clutch, doing it here again.
And now the 0-2. Feldman staying alive.
Feldman does have an average of 304. She's slugging 391 with an OPS of 776. Those numbers are nothing to shy at all.
Swing and a miss outside. Off speed for strikeout number 7. And Raymer ends the day on a high note. 1 on 1 hit. 4 hits to end the day for Raymer. But will it be enough for the comeback to happen? Last chance saloon. And currently it's a 2-0 Tampa lead. Here we go. Top of the 7th. The Spartans lead 2-0. This could be Gwen McGinnis's final inning on the Spartan Circle as the count goes 0-1. She's the only senior getting honored today on Senior Day. The number 19 down by the Spartans dugout. I'll position the camera real quick so we can see it. As that's going to hit the zone, 0-2. You only have this one camera here in the booth, so hard to get a good view. 2 strikes now. And Lucas flares that one to left. In range and caught. 1 away in the top of the 7th.
Gwen McGinnis is looking very sharp here for her last start here at Namely Family Stadium. So trying to continue it and finish it and close out another game to add to her 18th.
Fouled away, strike 1. Bostack will be the toughest foe. 0 for 2 against McGinnis today, but did get some hits against her yesterday.
Bostack had a good series for the Tritons.
Fouled away, 0-2. 2 strikes, 1 out for the senior out of Tallahassee. Got her. Strike 3.
That's her 5th strikeout of the day. Again, very dominant performance. That was her 100th pitch. So, having a great game. Going to be last Spartans game here to remember for sure.
Ball 1 up high to Molly Scott. 2 outs here. 2-0 Tampa lead. Popped up and out of reach. It'll be the first strike of the at-bat. Scott did single earlier in the 4th, set the table, and McGinnis got out of the jam.
As this game's end is looming around the corner, I'd like to thank Tim for allowing me to come up here and speak these last 3 games. Had a blast.
Now the 1-1 on the way. Great to have you here, Xander. Hopefully get you on some more games in the future. Obviously, might have to come a little bit later in 2026 in the fall. So here we go with the 1-2. 2 strikes. Tamale Scott. Just low.
We'll see if I get the call to baseball.
2-2 on the way. Got her looking for strike 3.
That's a great pitch.
Sayonara, Gwen McGinnis, ending her tenure at the Namoli Family Stadium, going the distance to give Tampa a crucial series win against the Eckerd Tritons. The Spartans on top 2-0, one step closer on a return trip to the playoffs. The Tritons have the ball in their court. They need to make a miracle happen against the Lions as Tampa comes out on top. So a great pitch there, as you were talking about, Xander, to end the day out of Gwen McGinnis.
Yeah, it was a great pitch. It was their 6th strikeout of the day. I mean, just dominant performance.
She has a great fastball, but guess what she ended the day and ended her Spartans homestand with?
She will be a pitcher to remember for sure here for the Spartans.
I was trying to give you a fastball down the middle. You swung and missed it. Your line was a changeup to end the day. But don't worry, you're all good, Xander. And indeed, a great day to remember. Normally, we would cut off the broadcast, but since Senior Day only has one player to honor, we'll actually stick around as Gwen McGinnis gets honored for her final career start with the Spartans. As we continue, before we sign off, Xander, do want to mention some of the stats of today's game. Tampa wins with 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. The Tritons, no runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts for Raymer. Ends a very strong weekend on 81 pitches, but will fall to 20-7 on the season. McGinnis going the distance. 7 innings. 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts on 108 pitches. Will pick up her 23rd win of the season. And for her career, it's win number 61 with the Spartans, keeping her ERA below 0.80, continuing what has been an absolutely dominant season. At the plate, Tampa didn't have a lot going for them, only 4 hits. The first RBI coming off Kelsey Winters. The second one scoring on a wild pitch. Good hustle from Ulrich to make it to the plate. So, Xander, what are your thoughts about the Spartans kind of looking ahead to their series against Barry?
If they can keep up this momentum and win the series against Barry, they're for sure going to be in the dance. And, again, once you get in the party, anybody can dance and just try to make it all the way. They have a good team, good young team, so even if they don't go all the way, they can have a bright future ahead of them.
And while the future is bright, what Coach Cantor has said, she wants to win now. She doesn't like losing. And the good news, she doesn't lose to close out the weekend series and homestand for Tampa Spartans softball. So, I'm Taylor Storley for Xander Lopez and everyone here in the booth. Thank you for watching the 2026 Tampa softball season. Now, it's still going on, but you're going to have to look elsewhere for our streams. Tampa will be on the road against Barry, and then, whether it's a trip to Huntsville or St. Leo, we'll have to see what's next in regional play. Final score, Tampa 2, Eckerd nothing. We'll return with Senior Day festivities. Welcome back to the Namoli Family Intramural Complex, the Namoli Family Stadium for Tampa softball. The Spartans win the rubber match and take the weekend series 2-0. I'm Taylor Storley, and we will continue today with the Senior Day festivities. Normally we would say farewell and sayonara, but we do have a senior we want to honor, a Spartan legend, one of the best pitchers in program history, part of our golden age as a team. And even though a dynasty might start with her as a graduate, she already has plenty of records. And what a way to close out her home performances for 2026. 2 complete game shutouts to get up to 23 wins on the season. Over 60 starts, over 100 appearances, 4 years of dominance out of Gwen McGinnis. And with 7 strikeouts today, she sits just 8 strikeouts away from becoming one of 7, actually would be 8, Tampa pitchers to reach 400 strikeouts for their Spartan careers. And she's got time to get that milestone when Tampa travels to Barrie. But for now, we honor her legacy as a Spartan. Please give it up for Tom Colby for the Senior Day festivities. Might be a minute before it starts, but we're about ready to go. So still waiting, but should begin the Senior Day ceremony very shortly. So here we go, Senior Day festivities about to start.
Fans, we thank you for joining us for a very special Senior Day at the University of Tampa's Namoli softball field. Please welcome one of the most accomplished pitchers in the University of Tampa softball history. This pitcher currently ranks 5th all-time with 60 victories, 2nd all-time in saves, and 3rd all-time in earned run average at 1.15. She has also thrown 2 no-hitters, 2 perfect games, and recorded a school record 68.1 consecutive scoreless innings during her remarkable career. She is also ranked 5th in school history with 21 shutouts. 8th in strikeouts with 383 during the 2026 season. She's continued her dominant campaign with a 22-4 record, 2 saves, 158 innings pitched, and 120 strikeouts and still counting. Her awards and honors include 2025 Second Team All-American, 2025 First Team All-South Region, 2025 First Team All-South Region D2 CCA, 2025 Sunshine State Conference Pitcher of the Year, and First Team All-Conference with multiple Sunshine State Conference Pitcher of the Week honors. 2023 Scholar All-American, Conference Commissioner's Honor Roll, D2 Academic Achievement Award, and membership to the prestigious Chi Alpha Sigma National Honor Society. This senior is being escorted by her parents, Mike and Karen, and her Grammy, Cindy. Please join us in honoring a Spartan for Life senior pitcher and our president, Gwen McInnes. Is that good? Did it come across, Taylor?
So thanks to Tom Colby. I think he was still asking me if he was all good on the mic there. Actually, no, I think we might have been muted. Never mind, we are all good. But still, what a legacy for Gwen McInnes.
Give it up one more time for Gwen McInnes.
An incredible Spartans legacy. And even though her days at the Namoli Family Stadium have come to a close, the season is not done for the Spartans. They'll be on the road against Barry next weekend, and you bet that McInnes will be looking for a 4th shutout victory, trying to continue this streak for this weekend. And from then, as Anders said, if you can make the dance, you can go dancing. And that'll be the goal for the Spartans come Selection Sunday. At least I imagine it'll be a Sunday. Maybe it's going to be a Tuesday or midweek day when the bracket gets revealed. But that'll do it for the end of the Spartans' regular season at home. As the photos continue from the Namoli Family Stadium, I'm Taylor Storworthy bidding y'all farewell. But there are more Spartan sports still to come. Playoff lacrosse, playoff baseball, and just not on this network, but playoff softball and women's lacrosse still around the corner. Tampa takes the sweep, and once again, congratulations again, not just for Senior Day for a Tampa legend in Gwen McInnes, but for another dominant outing and win number 23 for 2026.